Grab some meat or whatever you need. I'm Kamahl, and it's time to get to it. So today we're going to be discussing the fact that Activision Blizzard has been bought out by Microsoft. This is news that just came to us this morning. I'm going to read through this story that's on the Microsoft webpage and give you my opinions on it. I'm not going to read it verbatim, everything that's on the page, but I'm going to read through a bit of it, get the meat and potatoes, and then kind of give you what I think is going to happen and what I think is going to be the positives and potential negatives of this acquisition. So first off, we have showing here that with 3 billion people actively playing games today and fueled by a new generation steeped in the joys of interactive entertainment, gaming is now the largest and fastest growing form of entertainment. Which is true. As far as I can tell, as far as I've seen, this is very true and very accurate as far as statements go. Microsoft has been a pretty prolific company as gaming has grown, as well as Activision Blizzard. Now, Activision Blizzard did have a merger quite some time ago. Prior to that merger, Blizzard was a very, very well-known PC gaming development studio with Warcraft 1 and 2, StarCraft, Diablo, many of these games coming out. I believe World of Warcraft happened before the merger as well. I don't remember exactly what date all this happened, but these games from Blizzard were seen as some of the best games that you can get on PC. They were loved by the community and they were truly adored. As years have gone on, they've started to put out more games on console, that being Diablo 3, Overwatch specifically, a bunch of mobile games or mobile titles, both in the works as well as coming out, or have come out rather, like Hearthstone. Hearthstone was a pretty decent attempt at a collectible card game, trading card game, as far as digital games go. Me personally, I'm more of a fan of Hearthstone, but that's neither here nor there. That's for a different time. With this acquisition, it's looking like it came out to about $69 billion, just under $69 billion. And they're claiming that Bobby Kotick is still going to be retaining his leadership role throughout the time until the acquisition is fully concluded, which should happen in the first few months of 2023. Now, when this fully goes through, what do I expect to happen? Well, I expect Bobby Kotick to be removed from his position, and I expect a massive restructuring to be happening within Blizzard. Now, as somebody that's become primarily a console gamer, I think that this is potentially really good news. Now, I prefer to play on my PS5, but I also do have an Xbox Series S. So it is what it is. The unfortunate thing about this is that we are likely going to see a lot more console exclusives as far as Xbox goes, so Xbox and PC, whereas we're not probably going to see as many future games coming out on PS5, PS6, or whatever comes later. The games that have already come out obviously aren't going to be removed. Like, they're not going to stop Overwatch from being playable on the PlayStation, D2R from being played on the PlayStation. D4, we might not get that on PlayStation. Don't be surprised if you don't get Diablo 4 on your PS5. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Now, you'll still be able to play it on PC as well as on your Xbox, at least I would presume. The future Call of Duties, that's kind of questionable as well. We don't know if these future Call of Duties are going to be coming out on PlayStation. There's no words. As we saw in the past, though, specifically with Bethesda, when they acquired Bethesda, they announced that, hey, this isn't going to change anything. Everything's still going to be the same, yada, yada, yada. Except now we're being told that the future Elder Scrolls games will be Xbox exclusives. For PlayStation players, that's a fair bit disappointment, but at the same time, if you've seen the trajectory of the Elder Scrolls games, it's going to look beautiful, but it's not going to be as deep as the older Elder Scrolls games were. You see with each one of them, they've gotten a little bit less detailed. But that's not really that important. What's important is this acquisition is happening. This could be a great opportunity for Activision Blizzard to really fix the public perception of the development studios. As we've seen over the past few months, Activision Blizzard has gotten a lot of negative press. It has caused their stock prices to plummet. With this acquisition, they've shot back up a fair amount, which is great for them as a company and for the investors. Pardon me. And I'm hoping that we see WoW on console. That would be cool. We've seen games like Elder Scrolls Online come out on console. We've seen games like Final Fantasy 14. Excuse me again. I got the hiccups. Come out on console. And they've been successful titles on console. But we've yet to hear anything from World of Warcraft. Now, World of Warcraft is a game that with a couple add-ons, a little bit of modifications, you can actually play with controller on World of Warcraft. So it would be perfectly great to have them sent over on console. I think it would be a great title to put on console to further open up what people are able to play and the amount of people that are playing the game. Especially like, and I debated people regarding this. I debated my best friend regarding this when it first came out with Classic. However, after playing Classic for a bit, I really do think that Classic, as well as TBC Classic, and even more so Watlock Classic, Wrath of the Lich King Classic when it comes out, will be a lot better on console than I previously thought it would. Obviously not better than PC because of, I mean, I've got an entire keyboard here in front of me to play on PC, but at the same time, if necessary, I have a keyboard plugged into my PS5. I've got USB ports on my Xbox Series S where I can just plug a keyboard into that, and it works just fine. So let's read through some of this. It says, for more than 30 years, our incredibly talented teams have created some of the most successful games, said Bobby Kotick, CEO of Activision Blizzard. The combination of Activision Blizzard's world-class talent and extraordinary franchises with Microsoft's technology, distribution, access to talent, ambitious vision, and shared commitment to gaming and inclusion will help ensure our continued success in an incredibly competitive industry. Now, regarding the inclusion, I'm not necessarily opposed to inclusion. In fact, not at all. I think that inclusion is fine. But if it comes to the detriment of the game, like if you're hiring someone simply for inclusionary reasons and not because they're qualified for the role, I think that's bad. Now, if you find someone that's qualified for the role that happens to check off some boxes, perfectly fine, no issues there. But we need to make sure that we are getting the right people for the job all the time, because if you don't have the right people for the job, well, then you're going to see the companies start to flounder, much like we've seen Blizzard do over the past, X amount of years. We've seen that their games have gone down and down and down in popularity as well as in playability, and hopefully that isn't something that we see as time goes on. So the acquisition also bolsters Microsoft's Game Pass portfolio. That's another huge thing. A lot of these games are likely to be coming to Games Pass, which will be phenomenal. Even before I got my new Xbox Series, I had Games Pass for PC. This is by far, the absolute best value in gaming that I've found is the Xbox Game Pass. It's fantastic. Even if you're just simply a PC gamer, you can get a lot of the new Xbox games on PC, so that's great. So it says it will bolster Microsoft's Game Pass portfolio with plans to launch Activision Blizzard games into the Game Pass, which has reached a new milestone of over 25 million subscribers. That's pretty big. With Activision Blizzard's nearly 400 million monthly active users in 190 countries with $3 billion franchises. This acquisition will make Game Pass one of the most compelling and diverse lineup of gaming content in the industry. Upon close, Microsoft will have 30 internal game development studios along with additional publishing esports production capabilities. It does say that the transaction is expected to close in fiscal year 2023. So expect that to come in a couple years. And that's actually one of the reasons that I'm saying not to expect to play Diablo 4 on your PlayStation, because I'm still of the mindset that Diablo 4, we're not going to get that in our hands until 2025. I've been saying that since they announced Diablo 4. And as time has gone on, I didn't know what would cause it or what may come up, but I've been around for long enough. I've been a Blizzard fan for long enough to understand it takes them a really, really, really long time to get these games out. So I'm still of the mindset that we are going to get our hands on Diablo 4 in the year 2025 at the earliest. Hopefully that's when it comes out, but like I said, it's likely to be an Xbox exclusive. On the plus side though, it may be on Games Pass. You may be able to play the game for $10 a month, $15 a month, however much Game Pass is. I don't know. I have it set up on my card and it just pays itself each month. Anyways, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this. There is a restructuring that has happened that is going to continue happening with this channel. We're no longer doing the news that we were doing previously. We're going to be doing all gaming all the time. So stick around, sub it up, and we'll see you in the next one. Kamahl out.